You're about to get screwed. And no, that's not some clickbait scare tactic. The Social Security system is quietly shifting under your feet in 2025. And if you don't act fast, you could lose thousands in benefits, get slapped with a clawback, or worse, wind up broke because Washington changed the rules while you weren't looking. This isn't some distant political debate. This is your rent check, your groceries, your medicine, your survival. And if you think, I've paid into the system, they owe me, oh, my sweet summer child, the government doesn't care about your receipts. So wake up, pay attention, and let's break down exactly how this nightmare could hit you, who's most at risk, and most importantly, how to fight back before it's too late. Picture this. Linda, a 68-year-old widow in Florida, gets a letter saying her $1,200 monthly benefit just got slashed to $900 because of some obscure rule change she never saw coming. No warning, no apology, just oops, here's your new poverty budget. Or how about Mike, a disabled vet in Ohio, who suddenly owes Social Security $8,000 because of an overpayment he didn't even know about, and now they're docking his checks to claw it back. These aren't horror stories from some dystopian novel. This is happening right now, and 2025's changes are about to drop the hammer on millions more. So let's talk about what's coming, starting with the dirty little secret nobody in D.C. wants to admit. Social Security isn't running out of money. They're just making it harder for you to get yours. First up, the 2025 COLA adjustment, or as I like to call it, the congrats, you're still broke raise. Yeah, you'll get a bump, maybe 2 to 3%. But here's the kicker. Medicare premiums are skyrocketing faster. Inflation's eating the rest. And oh, by the way, if you're still working part-time, surprise, your benefits could get reduced even further thanks to the earnings test threshold tweak. That's right. Uncle Sam's basically saying, how dare you try to make ends meet? And if you're divorced, listen up, because 2025's rule changes could screw you out of spousal benefits if your ex remarries or dies. But wait, it gets better. The SSA is rolling out a new identity verification system that's already causing delays. Meaning if you don't jump through their bureaucratic hoops fast enough, your payments could freeze without warning. Imagine waking up to an empty bank account because some algorithm flagged you as suspicious. And speaking of empty bank accounts, let's talk about the number one scam hitting seniors. Fake Social Security update calls. These dirtbags are getting smarter, spoofing real SSA numbers and tricking people into handing over their info. Then boom, your benefits get rerouted to some offshore account while you're stuck begging for a replacement check. Oh, and if you think direct deposit is safe, think again. Banks are quietly changing their fraud policies, meaning if a thief drains your account, you might wait months to get your money back. But the real dagger? Overpayments. The SSA is on a warpath to collect money they sent you, even if it was their error, and they'll garnish your checks, tax refunds, even sue you. Just ask Karen, a retired teacher in Arizona, who got a $12,000 bill because Social Security accidentally paid her dead husband's benefits for a year. Her crime? Not psychically knowing their paperwork was wrong. So here's what you do now, because waiting is financial suicide. First, log into your My Social Security account today and make sure your info's bulletproof. No typos, no outdated direct deposit details, nothing that could trigger a fraud flag. Next, if you're working part-time, crunch the numbers, earn too much, and they'll dock your benefits harder in 2025. If you're divorced or widowed, call the SSA. Yes, you'll wait on hold for hours. Welcome to government service. And confirm your spousal benefits are locked in. Set up fraud alerts with your bank. Freeze your credit. And for God's sake, never answer calls from Social Security unless you dial their official number. And if you get an overpayment notice, don't panic. Appeal immediately. The SSA is counting on you to roll over, but 60% of appeals actually win. And let's get real for a second. This isn't just about numbers on a screen. This is about the single mom in Texas who's counting on survivor benefits to keep the lights on after her husband passed. This is about the 72-year-old Vietnam vet in Michigan who's already choosing between insulin and groceries. This is about you, sitting there thinking, I worked my whole damn life for this. How is this happening? Because here's the ugly truth. Social Security was never designed to be your lifeline. It was designed to be a supplement, a backstop, but for millions of Americans, it's the only thing standing between them and homelessness. And now, the rules are shifting, the loopholes are tightening, and if you don't move fast, you're the one who'll pay the price. Take the new income reporting rules rolling out in 2025. Used to be, if you made a little extra cash under the table, maybe selling crafts online or helping a neighbor with odd jobs, nobody was going to come after you. But now, the IRS and SSA are sharing data like never before. And if you don't report every single dollar, they can slap you with penalties, clawbacks, even criminal charges. Yeah, you heard that right. Grandma's Etsy side hustle could get her benefits yanked. And if you think, well, I don't work, so this doesn't affect me, think again. Because the biggest risk isn't just what you earn, it's what you don't report. Like that inheritance from your aunt that pushed your savings over the limit. Or the rental income from that basement apartment you forgot to mention. The SSA's got one job in 2025. Find reasons to cut your check. And they're getting really, really good at it. But wait, it gets even more ridiculous. Let's talk about the file and suspend trap. If you're married and you or your spouse delayed benefits to get a bigger payout later, congrats, you played the game exactly how they told you to. But in 2025, they're changing the rules midstream, meaning thousands of couples could lose tens of thousands in benefits because of a technicality nobody warned them about. And if you're disabled, buckle up, because the SSA's new review process is an absolute nightmare. They're kicking people off disability rolls for improvement, even when their condition hasn't changed, just to save money. Imagine getting a letter saying, hey, we've decided your chronic back pain isn't that bad anymore. Good luck paying rent. So here's your survival checklist. Because I'm not just here to scare you, I'm here to save you. First, if you're getting benefits, assume you're a target. Check your statements every month like your life depends on it, because it does. Second, if you're near retirement age, run the numbers now. Waiting until 70 might not be the golden ticket it used to be, especially with the new tax traps. Third, if you're on disability, start paper trail today. Every doctor's visit, every prescription, every time you struggle to get out of bed, document it like you're building a legal case. Because in 2025, you basically are. And finally, if you get any letter from Social Security, treat it like a ticking time bomb. Ignoring it is financial suicide. Look, I get it, this is exhausting. You shouldn't have to jump through flaming hoops just to get the money you paid into the system. But this is the world we live in. The government's broke, they're desperate, and they're coming for your benefits with a fine-tooth comb. So don't be a victim. Be the person who sees the trap before it snaps shut. Be the one who's ready. Because in 2025, the only thing worse than knowing what's coming is being the last to find out. So hit subscribe right now, because this fight's just getting started, and you better believe I'll be here exposing every dirty trick they pull. Drop a comment with your biggest Social Security fear. Let's get real about who this is hurting, and share this with everyone you care about, because chances are someone you love is about to walk into an ambush. The system's counting on you to stay quiet. Prove them wrong.